One of the weirdest things I do in the garden is take one, maybe two packages of seed and dump them all into one garden bed. Sounds chaotic, right? But what happens next is pure garden magic. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can do it too. All you need is some coarse sand, a bowl, and some packages of seed. And what you'll end up with is a full, productive, beautiful, low maintenance garden that you can harvest from again and again. Before we get started, let me clear one thing up. I am not a garden professional. I have no professional garden training. I don't have a degree in horticulture. I don't have a landscape architect degree. What I do have is lots of years of trial and error in the garden. And over the years, I've developed some super weird habits that actually work. So we're gonna break down all those weird things I do in the garden so you can do them too. Today, we're talking about dumping a full seed packet into one raised bed, and I'm going to show you why this works. Most seed packages tell you to line up your seeds perfectly straight in a row that are 2 to 3, even 24 inches apart. But if you think about nature and the way plants produce their own seeds and then drop them right below each plant, seeds are never lined up so perfectly. And let's be honest, planting seeds in such an organized way can feel really tedious and overwhelming and keep you from planting the seeds that needed to go in the ground yesterday. This is the problem I was trying to solve years ago when I needed to get seeds in the ground and I had hardly any time to do it. Before I teach you my seed starting method, let's just talk about the 3 things that seeds need in order to go from seed to shoot, to start to grow in the first place. The first thing is soil contact. Seeds need to feel that they're in a place where they can germinate and have a nice home to send down roots and to grow up shoots. Beyond soil contact, seeds need a certain soil temperature. Generally, this is going to range from 40 degrees to about 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Even if seeds have soil contact, if the soil isn't at the right temperature, the seed won't germinate. Finally, that soil needs to have moisture. It needs to have water. Water breaks down the seed coat and makes the seed start to swell and swell and swell some more until it eventually bursts open with both a root and a shoot. Seeds don't need to be perfectly spaced in nice and tidy rows in order to have those 3 things. All they need is soil contact, soil moisture, and soil warmth. And boom, you're on your way to growing a plant. So that's what's needed to get seeds to start to grow. But once they've sprouted, what do they need to keep growing? Well, they just need 3 other things. First, they need access to light. So those little leaves that just emerge from the soil, they need to have plenty of access to as much sunlight as possible. Next, they're going to need more water. Just as you need water to get those seeds to germinate in the first place, you're going to need more water to keep that plant using up more energy from the sun, from the soil, and growing bigger and bigger. Finally, the little plants need space, especially space underground. So depending on what kind of plant you're growing, that plant's going to need ample root room for their roots to spread out to get all the nutrients, water, and air that they need in order to support the plant above ground. So with each and every plant that you grow in the garden, you want to be sure that little plant has just enough access to light, to water, and to root room. And as long as you give that plant exactly the space it needs, you don't need to give it any more. So that's why I've created a system of just dumping 1 packet of seed in 1 garden bed all at once. I found that these plants get all the resources they need to sprout, and they get exactly the resources they need to keep growing. Now, disclaimer, this seed starting method doesn't work for every plant in the garden, but these are the ones that it definitely is best for. The first are leafy greens. So these are going to be any greens you grow in your garden any time of year. Things like lettuce, mizuna, spinach, butterhead, and arugula. All these leafy greens grow great with this method. Next up would be root crops, so things like beets and radishes and carrots. These all thrive with this method. Next up would be annual herbs, things like cilantro and dill, all grow great with this method. And finally, flowers, things like zinnias, coreopsis, and cosmos. They all thrive with this method too. Here's how it works. For a 16 square foot garden, I'm gonna put about 2 cups of coarse sand in a bowl. Then I'm gonna take an entire seed packet and dump it right into this bowl. And then I'm gonna do a little mix to be sure that the seeds are distributed throughout the entirety of the coarse sand mixture. Then in this 16 square foot bed, I am simply gonna make little rows, sprinkling the sand all around this raised bed. The sand not only helps me see where I've planted seeds so I don't overplant, it also helps those seeds settle into the soil and gives us that soil contact, which is essential to getting those seeds to germinate. From there, all I've got to do is water in the bed, make sure that it stays nice and moist and does not dry out over the next 2 weeks. And within 2 to 3 weeks, all those seeds will have germinated, created shoots and roots, and started to grow into full-size plants, even though I only planted them in less than 5 minutes. If you use this method, you could have a super packed garden with all kinds of things like greens and root crops and herbs and flowers, all that you planted in less than 5 minutes. So do me a favor and share this video with somebody that is putting off gardening because they think they just don't have enough time. And tell me in the comments below what weird thing you want me to cover next.